जमेगी संगीत की महफिल।
तेरे मेरे सपने
मेरा साया
नंबर 1 में ठहरा लड़की के पापा जी, चाहे लगा लो दुनिया भर का पैरा।
जानती
और रहता नहीं।
होगी जजेस में नोक झोंक।
सोनी सर, मैं आपके साथ सहमत नहीं हूँ। स्टैंड बाई क्या है यार, मतलब आप देखो
नहीं, देखिए इतनी मेहनत अच्छी की है तो
150 एंट्री है हमारे पास। किसको
बेशक हो, मैं कहता हूँ संजीव जी, अगर 400 भी एंट्री है तो जिसने मेहनत की है उसको थोड़ा सा चांस तो एक मिल सकता है ना।
उड़ान आइडल हर शनिवार रात 9 बजे से सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर। फॉर मोर इन्फो लॉग ऑन टू www.radioudan.com। हैप्पी लिसनिंग।
मैं हूँ किरण बेदी, हमेशा सुनो रेडियो उड़ान।
आज ही अपने मोबाइल फोन पर ऐप स्टोर या फिर प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड कीजिए रेडियो उड़ान का ऑफिशियल ऐप, या फिर लॉग इन कीजिए www.radioudan.com। सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
जी हाँ दोस्तों, नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। मैं दानिश महाजन एक बार फिर से प्रोग्राम एक मुलाकात में आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। आज प्रोग्राम बहुत खास है। आपने हमेशा सुना होगा कि कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। आज ऐसी ही एक पर्सनैलिटी को हम आपसे मिलवाना चाहते हैं, उनसे बात करना चाहते हैं, जिन्होंने जिंदगी में हार नहीं मानी और जिस अचीवमेंट की तलाश में वो स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे, उनका स्ट्रगल खत्म हुआ और उन्होंने अपनी अचीवमेंट को हासिल किया। आज जो हमारे साथ जो पर्सनैलिटी हैं वो कर्नाटका से हैं और इनसे हम बहुत कुछ सीखेंगे, आप सभी को मिलवाएंगे। बहुत खास हैं ये, इनका तारुफ हम आपसे करवाते हैं। सो वी हैव मिस्टर कैंपा हुनैया फ्रॉम कर्नाटका, जिन्होंने यूपीएससी में 340वां रैंक हासिल किया है। So first of all, we would like to congratulate Mr. Kempa for scoring 340th rank in UPSC.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. So, have you expected this rank, or what were you expecting after the exams?
Sir, I already expected this rank. I am not expected the number of rank 340 so and so, but I was feeling very good. I have done my job very good in Viva as well as written exam. That is why I thought I will get one out of 1099. I will get one rank. I have hope, sir.
Okay. So, Kempa Hunaiya, you are from Karnataka, and a lot of people called me and told me that kindly introduce us with Mr. Kempa. So today, indeed, a pleasure to talk to you, and a lot of listeners are listening you, and you are looking forward to have inspiration from you. So, Kempa ji, सबसे पहले, first of all, we would like to know about your disability and from your childhood and about your birthplace.
Sir, my name is Kempa Hunaiya. I belong to Karnataka. I belong to basically Tumkur district. Tumkur district is well known for coconut crop. Dr. Sri Shivkumar Swamiji also is living in our home district, that is Tumakuru in Karnataka. Up to fourth standard, when I was studying in fourth standard, up to fourth standard I was normal. I have vision. I was seeing. I was going to my fields, my home. I was wandering. I was walking anywhere in my up to first standard I was normal, sir. I was sighted person.
Okay.
When I was in fourth standard, I lost my vision. Due to retina detachment. Then with the help of one person, he was working as a music teacher in Mandya district nearby Mysuru. You know that. With the help of that person, I admitted me to the government school for the blind children, for special school in Mysuru. It is known for Palace City, cultural city in India and entire the world. It is purely government school. Entire it is running under the government of Karnataka, Department of Disabled Welfare. I studied up to 10th standard in government school for the blind children in Mysuru. Then I came. I went back. I went back to Kunigal, my hometown. My hometown for studying 10+2. That is called in Karnataka PUC, pre-university course. Then I came back to Mysore for higher study, for higher education. I joined in Maharaja College, University of Mysore for BA course, Bachelor of Arts. I studied in BA, History, Kannada Literature and folk. I finished in 2005 BA career or education. Then I joined a diploma special education for visually impaired. Lecture training course for the visually impaired Mysore itself, which is located in Mysore itself for 2 years course. It is running by the National Institute for Visually Handicapped, Dehradun. At the same time, sir, I joined MA Kannada by Karnataka State Open University, which is in Mysore. I finished both diploma and Kannada MA Kannada Literature in 2007. Meanwhile, I took for the first time Karnataka Administrative Civil Service Examination conducted by Karnataka Public Service Commission in 2006. For the first time I attended personality test or interview, but I did not success in that personality test. And in 2009, Karnataka Public Service Commission conducted competitive examination for recruiting the lecturers for 10+2 for PUC, pre-university course. I was appointed as a Kannada lecturer in Mysore district. It is a remote area in Karnataka. It is called Forest Village, border village between 2 states. It is Kerala and Karnataka. Since 2009 to 2015, I serve in village in government college for 10+2 students as a Kannada teacher or Kannada lecturer. Then meanwhile, I have attended 2 prelims for in UPSC 2009 and 11, but I did not get any passing marks in both preliminary examinations. Meanwhile, again I have attended Karnataka Administrative Service Competitive Examination, which is conducted by Karnataka Public Service Commission in 2011. I was selected as a Tahsildar, Taluk Magistrate, in 2009. But due to some problems, due to some malpractice, still it is in the High Court of Karnataka. It is stay order on that particular recruitment.
So, Mr. Campa, you've been preparing for this from a long time. You appeared in the Karnataka Public Service Commission in 2006.
Yes, sir.
Who inspired you for getting into bureaucracy or UPSC? What was the main reason that you were thinking that I have to go for UPSC?
No, sir. Nobody was not inspiring. I am not inspired by anybody. Myself, motivated. Myself, I inspired due to for the first time, Government of Karnataka notified for some vacancies, some postings for visually impaired. In 2006, I noticed that somebody told me, Kempone, take this exam. It is for you for the first time in Karnataka. Government of Karnataka is giving to some vacancies in administration field for visually impaired candidates. So I have seen the notification, order, circular. So why not I take this examination? I have decided like this, sir.
So what is your favorite subject?
Sir, it is my Kannada literature.
Okay, literature is your favorite subject.
In main exam, UPSC, in main exam also, I took Kannada main exam, optional subject, Kannada literature.
Okay, so Mr. Campa, when you got blind, so what were the challenges you faced earlier?
Sir, earlier it was very difficult. I did not walk, I did not talk to anybody, I did not see anything. I did not have any directions in blind school and in my village, in Mysore, anywhere, sir. I was trouble in various fields, so many problems. Nobody was helping in blind school. It is an independent school. There was no any aya like that caretaker. Only teachers were there. Teachers comes and goes. They were teaching and comes and goes. That's all. There was any aya system in a blind school.
Were your family frustrated, or were you frustrated with this whole episode?
Sir, no, sir. I am not frustrated by my family members. Actually, I have no my dad. He is no more when I was in 6th standard. My mother she gave full encouragement. She gave love and affection to brought up me for my build up for shaping my future, my career, sir. Especially my mother up to graduation, up to degree level.
So who guided you that you should go to school, you should study after getting blind?
Sir, blind school actually it's a resident school. Both the school is there, both the hostel is there. Nothing to worry about any guiding me. My teachers, especially in school level, my teachers guided me very with sufficient fluency about English, about Kannada, literature, about current affairs, like that, sir. In school time, sir, I did not have any idea, have any plans, sir, regarding civil service.
Yeah, this is what I actually wanted to know. How did you think that I should go to UPSC? It is only mere an incident, or were there any planning?
No, sir. After 2006 or 2011, when I was selected as a Tahsildar, Karnataka Administrative Service. But due to some problems, government of Karnataka cancelled entire recruitment. They did not check nothing who are culprits, who are innocent, who are offense, like that. I think they did not check anything else. Entire the blind data is called up. It is blind decision by the government of Karnataka.
Was it a disappointing chapter of your life?
Yeah, sir. I was very disappointed. So I did not give any bribe. I did not give a cup of tea for anybody regarding this selection, regarding this for this recruitment. So that I was cancelled by the government of Karnataka. Entire recruitment cancelled. So after that, I have decided, sir, very seriously, why not I want to take this civil service examination, UPSC. On that time, somebody told me also, Kempavanaya, why not you try? You try to take the examination from UPSC. UPSC calls inviting every year for 1,100 for vacancies, IAS, IFS, IPS, like this, sir. So after 2011, I have decided to take this examination, sir.
What is your favorite dish?
Sir, this both veg and non-veg in local food.
One dish which is very much favorite to you.
Favorite ragi millet, ragi finger millet.
Is it the magic of this dish which took forward you to UPSC?
No magic, sir. Nothing is there.
Should people start having the same dish?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so we want to know your hobbies.
So hobbies, always I watching national, international, local news on TV channels. Then collection of books, especially Kannada and English literature books. Then social work, sir. My hobby mainly for social work. I am member of the National Federation of the Blind.
Karnataka.
Maybe you know that.
Yeah, I am very much in touch with Mr. Gautam Agarwal, General Secretary of Karnataka.
So he is very, very helpful in people of Karnataka, sir. People of blind people is helping.
So you are a member of NFB Karnataka, right?
Yeah, sir. Member.
So is there now Kempa, there would be a lot of expectations from the community from you. Community has a lot of expectations from you that Kempa is going to play a huge role in our disability sector. Is there any still a lot of still we have to go a long way for getting this recruitment, for completing this recruitment process, and let's see what you get. So is there any plan to serve disabled community?
But definitely, I am the product of disabled area, disabled community.
What are the things you are looking forward should be improved, must be improved rather in disability community?
Sir, I am telling in various for all the places to visually impaired and especially for visually impaired students, candidates, for children, about the civil service examination, about the opportunities of UPSC, central government and staff selection commission. I am teaching, I am telling about syllabus, about curriculum, about the pattern of the examination, how to face, how to prepare for personality test. This is first person from the Karnataka to UPSC cleared this civil service examination, sir. But I have no any proud. I am not telling it is not a proud. It is not a big one. This is first one number. It should increase. This is today it is that is Kempavanaya. Tomorrow this number it increase double 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like that, sir. It should definitely it should.
Absolutely, we are looking forward to that. But people will get a lot of inspiration from you since you are the first person who cracked UPSC in Karnataka. So we are looking forward to a lot of numbers. Kempa, but my question was, what do you find? What is the weak area in disabled community that we have to improve? Is it education? Is it some sports area? What are the areas you think that we need to rapidly improve those areas?
Sir, there are many opportunities and there are many areas, sir. There are many areas. Recently, nowadays, education sector for visually impaired, especially for blind people, it is so improved through technology, through digital, through audio syllabus. Many applications are there, many softwares are there. With just like nowadays, smartphone itself is becoming a instrument of weapon of education, learning. E-learning methods are there. We have to education is so good, sir. But compared to education, sports sector is very weak for differently abled people. We have to improve that. We have to create the opportunity. We have to create the opportunities for differently able people regarding sports.
If you get an opportunity to work for the disabled, which area you will select for working?
Sir, I am interested in especially in education field or education area, sir.
ओके सो यहाँ पर मुझे एक छोटी सी ब्रेक लेनी है। आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो उड़ान डिसेबिलिटी कम्युनिटी रेडियो और आज के जो हमारे मेहमान हैं कैंपा हुनैया जी, बहुत ही मज़ेदार बातें हैं हमारी उनके साथ चल रही हैं और काफ़ी इंस्पिरेशन सीखने को मिल रहा है। बने रहिए, एक छोटे से ब्रेक के बाद आएंगे, फिर और बातें करेंगे कैंपा जी से, जानेंगे कैसे प्रिपरेशन की उन्होंने यूपीएससी की।
दृष्टि दिव्यांगजन के सपनों को देता पंख, मजबूत होकर वो बढ़ें आगे, यही प्रयास करते हैं हम। शिक्षा और व्यावसायिक प्रशिक्षण से खोलते हैं रोजगार के नित नए द्वार। आत्मनिर्भर बने ये और गर्व करे देश, समाज और परिवार। दिव्यांगजन सशक्तिकरण विभाग, सामाजिक न्याय एवं अधिकारिता मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार के अंतर्गत दृष्टि दिव्यांग का संबल। राष्ट्रीय दिव्यांगजन सशक्तिकरण संस्थान, 116 राजपुर रोड, देहरादून। बिल्डिंग ट्रस्ट, कंस्ट्रक्टिंग ऑप्टिमिज्म सिंस सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर। National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities, 116 Rajpur Road, Dehradun.
अरे जाती है तो जाने भाई, सुबह सुबह क्या करके डरा मत।
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं दिलीप जोशी, तारक मेहता का उल्टा चश्मा का आपका प्यारा सा जेठालाल, और आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
For more info, log on to www.radioudan.com. Subscribe our YouTube channel RADIO UDAAN. Stay tuned, keep listening Radio Udan.
So Welcome back, friends. You are listening Radio Udan, a flight of life. और आज today we have very special guest, Mr. Kempa Hunaiya, who have scored 340th rank in UPSC this year. So, Kempa sir, welcome once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, please.
Kempa ji, we want to know how did you prepare, in fact, for UPSC? How long you used to study? What are the things you need to keep it in mind for getting ready for, getting yourself prepared?
Compare to others. Others means for compared to fellow-sighted persons. Preparation of blind students is very tough. It is very challenging. It is very difficult. But I am not discouraging. I am not disappointing anybody. I am talking about reality. How to prepare the examination, especially for blind candidates or blind students. I was studying up to 10 hours per day, sir. Even a day, I was studying 10 hours. With the help of especially my wife, she was reading loudly. I was listening, I was memorizing, I was recalling for everything, every points. Some points which are very important. Those points I have scripted in the trial writing through interpoint, through stylus, you know that, sir. Then I was listening through audio or talkback through internet, net, like that. I have many notes, specially prepared for these civil service examinations, sir. Per day I have studied nearly 10 to 12 hours, sir. In the morning, in the evening. Because due to when I basically I am working as a lecturer. I did not take any leave except during the examination. I did not take leave specially for this study, sir.
So how did you prepare? You said you used to study for 10 hours, but you were working as a lecturer. So how do you manage? From where you get this strength?
Sir, strength is already it is my goal. It is my aim. Whatever it is, this year do or die. I decided do or die what Gandhi Mahatma said in 1942 August 9th. For he gave a great call to the Indians regarding the freedom struggle, do or die. That statement I took personally this year, since 2 to 3 years. Whatever it is, I should clear, I should track this civil service examination or UPSC competitive examination. In the morning, 3 to 4 hours, I was listening on CDs. I got many CDs from Mitra Jyoti. You know that institution is located in Bengaluru.
We are associated with Mitra Jyoti in many projects.
Yes, sir. They are giving many various subjects. For many subjects, they are giving lot of CDs, very low cost, without cost also sometimes for students. I am a membership. I have membership also in Mitra Jyoti library. There, sir, in the morning 3 to 4 hours I was listening CD. After come back to college, in the evening after some tea and snacks. Since from 5 o'clock to night 8:30, 9 o'clock I was listening. My wife was reading. She was giving detection. I was listening that I was recapitulation, recalling everything. Lonely like that, sir.
So, Mr. Kempa, we want to know, were you naughty in childhood?
Childhood, I was very naughty, sir. When I was...
Okay, let's tell us an incident which, makes you laugh even today if you share with anybody. What is the most mischievous thing you have done in childhood?
Childhood it was in school days. In school days, I was very stubborn. I was very shouting. I was striking. I was doing strike against books, against the principal of the school, teacher, against the teachers. I was shouting. I was loudly talking, sir. I was missing some school days like that, sir, classes.
So you used to strike. So now now table will turn. Now people will strike against bureaucrats.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, anyways.
I'm ready for everything, sir.
Yes, of course. We hope so. People will be very inspired, and people will learn a lot of things from you rather than striking against you. You will not give them an opportunity.
Especially when I was in school, sir, I was struggling. I and my friends, classmates, we were struggling for good food, good shelter. You know, it was
absolutely.
Government school.
Yeah.
For rights of the person with disabilities, especially for our blind children, blind students, sir.
Achha, Kempa, I want to know one thing. A lot of people have this misconception in their mind. You said you studied in a blind school, special school, right? So a lot of people thinks that if you are a product of a special school, you cannot crack UPSC. What would you say to those people?
No, sir, no. It is, according to my opinion, sir, up to 7th standard, it is good for special school for children. From 8th standard, better go to regular school, sir.
Inclusive education, you are saying?
Inclusive education, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. Till 5th or till 7th, one should study in special school. You used to get a lot of new information, particularly to the same disability if you are studying there.
Yeah, sir.
So, who is your favorite author?
So, author in Kannada, sir, that is Kuvempu, Rashtrakavi, Rashtrina national poet, that is Kuvempu. That's all, sir. That's all.
Do you have interest in sports?
Sport, no, sir. I don't have any interest in sports. But I was observing, I collect information about sports, especially for civil service.
Achha, do you have interest in Bollywood?
No, sir, no. I'm interested in very news, especially polity news, geographical news, culture and ethical news. So, moreover, very interesting in politics, sir. Political news.
Okay, so you are interested in politics.
Yeah.
So a lot of things matches with me. You know, I am also I also lost vision due to retina detachment. I have also interest in politics. Okay. So you told that your wife has cooperated. She supported you on many things.
Really, sir.
So is it a love marriage? We want to know a little bit your matrimonial life.
Sir, it is actually started with love. When I was in BA second year, she find out me. I got her as a lover, as a love is doing like that girl, sir. Accidentally, she met me. She met in Mysore bus station when I was walking on the road. When I was waiting for a city bus in Mysore city itself. She come and asked me, she talked to me, what's your name, what are you doing, etc., etc. I told everything. Ma'am, I am doing Bachelor of Arts in Maharaja College, Mysore University. So she asked, you need any help from me, you need any support. That is why she asked. I told her, yeah, madam, I want one good reader. For reading, for notes, for books, for BA sources, for tracking the examination. Then she told, yeah, sir, now I am ready for reading service, giving reading service. Then since that then became close friend. After some months, some days, she told, Kempones, so I decided to marry you like that. First of all, I was also planning. Somebody I need. For everything, for life partner, for study, for achievement, something differently. So she joined, agreed both families once and my wedding, sir, it is a secular couple. We are a secular wedding. My wedding is secular.
Like?
She is Christian.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
sir.
Okay, she is Christian.
Christian.
So our Bhabi proposed you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She proposed us, yeah.
You are the luckiest person in every on every step.
When she proposed, I was very zero. I was not employed. I was not any good student, or brilliant student, or RAM student, or any UPSC clear. Just I was a BA student, second year. That's all.
Kempa, we want to know one thing. funny, in a funny manner, in a jokes manner. So a lot of females doesn't like listening too much news. So doesn't she complain, oh, you are very boring, you always listen news, nothing else?
Yeah, sir. My wife also recently, she's observing, she's interesting, watching news, reading newspaper, like that. I have also observed many females doesn't have any interest in watching news, especially for political news. They have see something, just movie news, cinema, like that, sir.
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु सिंघल है। मैं बेंगलोर में कार्यरत संस्था मित्र ज्योति, जो पिछले 25 वर्षों से दृष्टिहीनों एवं दूसरे विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए कार्यरत है, उसकी मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी हूँ। इस संस्था की गतिविधियाँ इस प्रकार हैं। यहाँ पर दृष्टिहीनों के लिए ऑडियो में पुस्तकें रिकॉर्ड की जाती हैं। इसके साथ साथ ब्रेल में और स्कैन्ड पुस्तकें भी उनको दी जा रही हैं। कंप्यूटर प्रशिक्षण और रोजगार की सुविधाएं भी यहाँ प्रदान की जा रही हैं। दृष्टिहीन महिलाओं के लिए एक विशेष प्रकार का कोर्स चलाया जाता है, जिसमें उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनकर जीवन में आगे बढ़ने की क्षमता प्रदान की जा रही है। आप मित्र ज्योति से संपर्क कर सकते हैं। यहाँ का फोन नंबर है 08022587623 और 22587625। ईमेल एड्रेस है admin.office@mitrajyoti.org। वेबसाइट है www.mitrajyoti.org।
आपकी जिंदगी में नए दरवाजे खोलती हैं किताबें और बनाती हैं आपकी जिंदगी को और भी खूबसूरत और हसीन। इन्हीं किताबों को आपकी जिंदगी का अटूट हिस्सा बनाने मैं आरजे निशान लेकर आ रही हूँ शो बुक वर्ड, जिसमें होंगी वो किताबें जिन्हें आप खुद पसंद करेंगे। इस शो को सुना ना भूलिए हर बुधवार रात 8 से 9 बजे तक और हर गुरुवार दोपहर 3 से 4। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए लॉग इन करें www.radioudan.com। Keep listening Radio Udan।
प्रेम नाम है मेरा, प्रेम चोपड़ा।
प्रेम चोपड़ा नाम है जी मेरा। आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो उड़ान, द फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
आज ही अपने मोबाइल फोन पर प्ले स्टोर या फिर ऐप स्टोर से डाउनलोड करें रेडियो उड़ान का ऑफिशियल ऐप और सब्सक्राइब करें रेडियो उड़ान का यूट्यूब चैनल। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए लॉग ऑन करें www.radioudan.com। Happy listening.
If we have to ask you, what was the most challenging thing while you were preparing for UPSC? What was that?
Sir, first of all, it is very challenging, sir, especially for how to prepare, how to study, due to lack of sources, sir, lack of source in audio or braille script. That is the main thing, sir, lack of sources in braille. Moreover, lack of sources in audio books. There are many problems in audio books in Mitra. For example, in Mitra Jyoti in Karnataka only is giving audio books to the people of blind people, blind candidates. Like that Saksham in Delhi, I got some NCERT books from Saksham Delhi also. And then reader also very important, sir. All the books, all the sources not recorded in audio books. Sometimes readers also very needed. In my case, my wife is always, she was ready to read, ready to give some hints, some tips she was reading. That is why I did not trouble with any reader problems, sir.
So if we, for the listeners, if we ask you to share some of the tips with the listeners, if the 5 tips you can share with the listeners so they could better prepare for UPSC, what would be those tips?
So first of all, you have to decide which service, which type of job, which type of profession I have to do, I have to choose, I have to opt. Then they will go ahead with preparation of those who are interested in taking this civil service examination. First of all, they have to decide which service, IAS or state service or local service, like that. Suppose you decided I want to become IAS, you go ahead. Go ahead. Don't divert your mind. Don't change your decision. First of all, you have to collect. You have to compile some sources in various sectors like that. You have to introduce. You have to visit some institutions like audio. Those who are giving audio sources. First of all, you have to collect the sources. Then you have to maintain the time discipline also. Time management is very important. Then interest and what we read. Then after reading, after study, after listening some books, some topics, some chapters, we have to think about ourselves. What we read, what we thought, what we think, like that. Then we have to take some guidelines. How to read, which syllabus, which book is very useful for civil service examination, which notes is very useful for civil service examination. Like this, sir, you have to study properly. Study properly, it will give the result, it will give the, will get the outcome, sir.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Exactly, I completely agree with you.
Then, sir, then poverty. There is the question of poverty, or the question of time, or the question of profession, question of job, question of family problems. These are not very important. I am also basically belonging to farmer community, agricultural community. My dad has no, my mother only, she is also illiterate. My brother also physically handicapped. He has no 2 legs. He has no 2 legs. He has no sensation under the bed, under the whip. Due to all these problems, moreover, sir, until degree, graduation, MA, until degree, I did not have any plan, any goal, any aim about this examination. After 2006, 7, 8, I have decided. There are many problems, sir. Many problems. Yeah. You have to don't bother about problems. Problems will give the shape, give the future, give the challenges to us, sir.
So you said you had a lot of problems. So in spite of that, you struggled hard. You never allow those problems to come, on your way, and you fought it. So I want to know, you were lecturer. So were you not satisfied with that? What comes in mind? I have to still go further.
Yes, sir. Lecturer. After I got lecturer job, first of all, I was needed a job, a profession to look after, to save our family members and the parent, my brother also. That is why I got for the first time as a lecturer job. Then I noticed, I have found out in myself, my ability, my Chaitanya. It is called Chaitanya.
Consciousness.
Yeah. Then I have to say, why not? I am capable, I have ability, I have some strength for this examination. Why not I serve? I want to serve entire country, especially for differently abled people. I want to become a inspiring character. I want to become a voice among the community sense, that is differently abled people.
How was the reaction of your mother when you gave this news to her?
She was very happy. She doesn't know what is IAS, what is... I did not say IAS, I told DC. In Karnataka, IAS officer is called Deputy Commissioner, District Collector. Then she find out, she enjoyed. She is very happy, sir. She is very happy.
So, will the struggle of Mr. Kempa continue, or will Mr. Kempa be satisfied with this rank?
No, sir, not yet. Still, I am unsatisfied, not satisfied with the 340 rank. That is why this year also I have attended the preliminary examination held in 18th June 2017. For further main examination preparation also is going on, sir. My ambition is I will become topper among within 100 or within 150. Suppose the UPSC cleared give IAS, within 1 month or 20 days I will get the proper information which service will be allocated for me IAS or IAS or IRS or IFS, still I don't know. This service will be allocated for me.
Yes.
That is why I took again civil service examination this year also, sir.
What is the most happiest thing of Mr. Kempa's life?
Happiest thing when I was got first baby, that is his name is Nibod. He's male child, both male child. Then after another I got one more child. That time also I was very happy. Then when I got the lecturer job, that time was also the most happiest moment. Then more information, sir, for your information. Main exam and personality test of civil service examination. I attended both main exam and interview in both Kannada medium, in local regional language. I wrote main exam in Kannada. I have attended in Kannada personality test also.
Actually, this is very inspiring thing, and this is very brilliant thing. I want to understand, for listeners also want to understand. Now, Mr. Kempa, you might have seen, you might have noticed it, that a lot of people runs after English. If you want to succeed in the future, you need to run after, you need to grab only English and English. But from your character, it's very inspiring that you preferred your regional language, you became lecturer of Kannada language, you gave everything in Kannada language. So does English created any problem for you, or what was going through your mind that you have to be prepared more in your regional language rather than other, especially in English?
No, there is no criteria, there is no parameter of English. Okay, I agree. English is very essential.
Yes.
It is a link language, it is the international language, it is the library language, it is a digital language. Everything is okay. But at the same time, we should love our mother tongue. We compare country and language, we compare of mother, Matrubhumi, Matrubhasha, like that. So, out of 8th schedule of our Indian Constitution, there are 22 languages, including English also.
Yeah.
We can choose any language out of 22 languages, not only Kannada, not only Punjabi, and not only Hindi. There are Dogri language is there, Santali language is there, Kasi language is there, Maithili language is there. Out of 22 languages, we can choose any language for main examination as well as personality test of UPSC civil service examination. First of all, we should love our mother tongue is like mother. When I was forget our mother tongue, it is forgetting about mother also. According to my viewpoint, my opinion, there is one inferiority complex. That is only English gives everything. It is inferiority complex. English is very needed. It is must.
I second your views. I absolutely second your views.
Yeah, sir.
Mr. Kempa, I asked you before that what was the most happiest thing of your life. Now I want to listen that listeners wants to know what is the most touchy moment of your most emotional incident of your life.
Emotional. When I was traveling a bus in Mysore city. Still it was moving. I felt it, I think it is stopped. Then, but not a stop, bus it is running. I got down by bus. I felt on the road. Actually it was very bad day for me. After got up, somebody helped me. Then after I thought very emotionally, which God, which person, which blessing of saved me, protected me, like that. It was very emotions.
If you get an opportunity to be elected as a Minister of HRD, Education Minister, or Ministry of Social Justice Empowerment, what would you select?
Sir, especially for service for the benefit, IAS or...
No, I am not asking that. I am asking a hypothetical question, imaginative question.
Yeah.
If you get an opportunity to be minister, so which department you will select, Education or Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment?
So Social Justice and Empowerment I choose, sir.
Is there any specific reason for that?
Sir, Sir, I have to work for, I told, for differently abled community. There are social justice and empowerment. It covers nearly 65-70% of the population in the country. It comes under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. That is why I am interested in that way, sir, in that department.
अच्छा Mr. Kempa, can I speak couple of minutes to Bhabhi ji for this interview?
Yes, sir, definitely. Why not? I will give 1 minute.
Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the show. Ek Mulaqat on Radio Udan.
Namaste. Thank you.
Ma'am, so we want to understand how are you taking the success of your husband?
Actually, he deserves it, sir. He deserves it. I think from 2004 he started studying for competitive exams. This time he took it very seriously. Passed it.
Okay. So, is there do you find any problem? Your husband is blind and you are non-disabled. Is there any? Are you enjoying his company? You have also played a huge role in his success. He was telling us before.
No, sir. No, I never feel that he is a special person. I never feel he is blind because I only liked him and married him. I told him the first time that I like him.
Yeah.
And I would like to marry him.
Yeah. So
I think if I would have married a sighted person, also I would have not been so happy.
So, what message you want to give to society in this same regard?
Yeah. Like he has passed his UPSC exam, and now we would like the visually impaired people to come up, and they should take him as model, like
role model. Okay, tell us any interesting thing about Mr. Kempa.
He's got a very good memory. Memory बहुत अच्छा है.
अच्छा, memory बहुत अच्छा है.
He's got a very good memory, and once it is enough if I read once for him, he will keep it in his mind forever, and the dates and all that he remembers so well.
Great. Thank you so much for talking to us. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Ji, kindly give it to Mr. Kempa.
Yes.
Ji. So Kempa sir, what message you want to give to the society?
So no message, just like it is, everybody, they have own strength, own ability, own capacity. All the people, Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda told, every man has one is strength, one is Daivatva, Chaitanya in his one mind, in the heart. So he have to find out, he have to identify our strength, our weaknesses. First of all, he have to find out that thing, sir. That is the main thing in everybody, in every life. Especially for differently abled people, don't think about your weakness, your disability. Actually, I am also totally blind, completely I can't see anything else. That is opportunity. Blindness is not a weakness, it is an opportunity, it is a right. We have to ask the government, we have to force the society, nation. We are the citizen of this country. We should respect the nation. At the same time, we have to ask our rights, ask our life to the government, to the society, as well as we have to serve. We have to give the service to the people of this country. All the time we are blind, we are differently abled, we are disabled. You can't say like that. We are differently abled. We have something. We have our own strength. We have to work for the country. We have to give some service to the people of this nation. Like that, sir. That's all.
Who is your role model?
Sir, no role model for me. Myself, my role model.
Yourself is the role model.
Yeah, sir.
What is the one area you want to visit with your wife? What is the place that, whether it is in India or outside, you want to visit with your wife?
No, sir. I love my India, my mother India.
In India, which place you want to visit?
Sir, I thought it is the northeast states, our Manipur, Tripura, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam. These are states I am very interested to visit along with my wife and family members, sir.
Thank you. Our last question. If I ask you to give credit of your success, who would be that one person where, to whom you want to give credit of your complete success?
Definitely. Really, it is all credit goes to my wife and mother, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kempa, for speaking to us on Radio Udan program Ek Mulaqat. We are expecting a lot of things from you in future. We wish that you will work for the person with disability, and we have we have lots of hope from you, and we wish you all the best for your all future endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Namaste ji, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you. तो लिसनर्स, आज हम बात कर रहे थे मिस्टर कैंपा हुनैया जी से, जिन्होंने यूपीएससी में 340वां रैंक हासिल किया। तमाम स्ट्रगल्स होने के बावजूद भी सक्सेस को हासिल किया, और कोई भी सक्सेस हासिल कर सकता है, ये उनका मानना है। बहरहाल आज के प्रोग्राम में इतना ही। फिर मिलाएंगे आपको किसी पर्सनैलिटी के साथ। तब तक के लिए सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान।
गुड इवनिंग दोस्तों, रेडियो उड़ान के प्रोग्राम कम्युनिटी कलर्स में मैं आरजे निशा आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करती हूँ। कम्युनिटी कलर्स वो शो है जिसमें हर हफ्ते मैं डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर से जुड़ी ढेरों खबरें लेकर हाजिर हो जाती हूँ, और आज भी मेरे पास बहुत सारी खबरें हैं जिन्हें सुनकर आपको बहुत सारी नई नई इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलने वाली है। तो दोस्तों बने रहिए मेरे यानी आरजे निशा के साथ। चलिए मैं लिए चलती हूँ आपको इस हफ्ते की डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर से जुड़ी खबरों की तरफ। मिरेकल्स हम भी कर सकते हैं, टॉपर्स हम भी बन सकते हैं, हाइट्स हम भी अचीव कर सकते हैं। बस चाहिए तो एक प्रॉपर अपॉर्चुनिटी और आपका थोड़ा सा मॉरल सपोर्ट। जी हाँ, ऐसा ही प्रूव किया है बेंगलुरु की विद्या बाई ने। संडे को हुई 17th कॉन्वोकेशन इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बेंगलुरु IIITB। यहाँ पर 269 स्टूडेंट्स थे ग्रेजुएटिंग बैच में, जिनमें से टॉप किया बैंगलोर की एक विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड लड़की ने। जी हाँ, विद्या बाई, जिन्होंने मास्टर ऑफ साइंस किया डिजिटल सोसाइटी में, और इन्होंने आउट ऑफ 4 3.82 CGPA स्कोर की, जिसे पाकर ये बन गई IIT बेंगलुरु की टॉपर। इन्होंने अपनी इंटर्नशिप की माइक्रोसॉफ्ट रिसर्च में, और अब ये पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटी के लिए काम करना चाहती हैं। जी हाँ, अब ये काम करना चाहती हैं टेक्नोलॉजी डिजाइनिंग में, वो टेक्नोलॉजी डिजाइनिंग में जो कि पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटी के लिए यूजफुल हो। एक विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड स्टूडेंट को स्कूल में साइंस और मैथ्स करने में बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, और विद्या बाई इन्हीं सभी बच्चों के साथ काम करना चाहती हैं, इनकी मदद करना चाहती हैं, ताकि वो बच्चे जो मैथ्स और साइंस कर सकते हैं पर स्कूल अथॉरिटीज की सपोर्ट के ना होने के कारण वो अच्छा कर पाने के बावजूद भी मैथ्स और साइंस ले नहीं पाते, ये उन्हीं सभी बच्चों की मदद करना चाहती हैं और उनके लिए काम करना चाहती हैं। केरला गवर्नमेंट लगातार पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटी के बेनिफिट के लिए स्टेप्स उठाती आई है। पिछले कुछ महीनों से जब से RPT बिल 2016 लागू हुआ है, केरला गवर्नमेंट उसके हिसाब से अपनी पॉलिसीज में चेंजेस लाती आई है। अपने स्टेट को डिसेबल फ्रेंडली बनाने के लिए रिक्वायर्ड स्टेप्स उठाती आई है। अब केरला गवर्नमेंट ने सर्व शिक्षा अभियान के अंतर्गत 14,500 स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन को, स्कूल गोइंग स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन को सपोर्टिव एड्स बांटने की बात की है। SSA सर्व शिक्षा अभियान के डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम ऑफिसर मिस्टर AK अब्दुल हकीम ने बताया कि केरला गवर्नमेंट अगस्त तक 14,500 स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन, स्कूल गोइंग स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन को सपोर्टिव एड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगी। साथ साथ उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि इस बार विजुअली इम्पैक्ट और हियरिंग इम्पैक्ट बच्चों को स्पेशल अटेंशन दी जाएगी। इन बच्चों को 4 कैटेगरीज में बांटा गया है: फुली डेफ एंड पार्शली ब्लाइंड, फुली ब्लाइंड एंड पार्शली डेफ, फुली ब्लाइंड एंड फुली डेफ। उन्होंने कहा कि इनमें से बहुत सारे बच्चों की प्रॉब्लम्स करेक्टिव सर्जरी के थ्रू ठीक भी की जा सकती हैं। अराउंड 7,500 बच्चों को स्पेक्टिकल्स बांटी जाएंगी, और वो बच्चे जिन्हें हियरिंग प्रॉब्लम है उनका ऑडियोग्राम टेस्ट होगा, उसके बाद उन्हें हियरिंग एड्स प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे। वो बच्चे जिन्हें ऑटिज्म की प्रॉब्लम है उनके लिए स्टेट में 6 ऑटिज्म सेंटर्स हैं जहां पर उनका ट्रीटमेंट किया जाएगा, और वो बच्चे जिन्हें सेरेब्रल पॉलिसी है उन्हें स्पेशल चेयर्स प्रोवाइड कराई जाएंगी। मिस्टर अब्दुल हकीम ने बताया कि जो दूसरा चिंता का विषय है वो है कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजेशन, जिसके लिए अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स प्लान किए गए हैं इन्हीं सब स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन के पेरेंट्स के लिए। और वो लोग जिनके बच्चे नॉर्मल हैं, उन्हें भी अवेयरनेस प्रोवाइड कराना बहुत जरूरी है। उन्हें भी ये पता होना चाहिए कि ये स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन भी हमारी सोसाइटी का ही एक पार्ट है एंड दे नीड एम्पैथी नॉट सिंपैथी। और ये बताने के लिए कि इन स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन के पास भी वही सेम राइट्स हैं, उनकी सक्सेस स्टोरीज को बताने के लिए ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम्स भी ऑर्गेनाइज किए जाएंगे। मिस्टर हकीम ने ये भी बताया कि हर साल ये डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन थोड़ा लेट हो जाता था किसी न किसी कारण से, पर इस बार एकेडमिक ईयर शुरू होते ही केरला गवर्नमेंट ने सर्वे शुरू कर दिया है टू आइडेंटिफाई द स्कूल गोइंग स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन। और क्लास 1 से क्लास 9 के बीच में 14,500 बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो कि स्पेशली एबल्ड हैं। केरला में बहुत सारी जगहों पर हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट, मेडिकल गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज, काजीकोट एंड द इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेंटल हेल्थ एंड न्यूरो साइंसेज की मदद से केरला में जगह जगह हेल्थ कैंप्स लगाए गए हैं ताकि बच्चों की प्रॉब्लम्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया जा सके। और उन्होंने कहा कि जुलाई 10 तक ये मेडिकल कैंप्स वाइंड अप हो जाएंगे और सपोर्टिव एड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का काम अगस्त तक कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। अगर कंट्री में हर स्टेट इस तरह के स्टेप्स उठाए तो हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटी की लाइफ थोड़ी बेटर जरूर हो जाएगी। कहते हैं कि डूबते को तिनके का सहारा ही काफी है, और अगर आपकी जिंदगी में अंधेरा है तो उसे रोशन करने के लिए एक अगरबत्ती भी काफी है। जी हाँ, एक अगरबत्ती भी इतना दम रखती है कि वो किसी की जिंदगी को रोशन कर सके, जैसे कि नागपुर की सोनाली नंद कुमार, जिनकी जिंदगी को रोशन किया इन अगरबत्तियों ने। नागपुर की सोनाली नंद कुमार जो 38 इयर्स की हैं और पार्शियली ब्लाइंड हैं। इन्होंने बैंकिंग का एग्जाम दिया जिसमें इनके कम मार्क्स आए। इसका मतलब इन्हें नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी। ये सोचकर ये बहुत ज्यादा डिसहार्टन हो गयी। सोनाली, जिन्होंने बैचलर ऑफ आर्ट्स में ग्रेजुएशन किया है, इन्हें कहा गया था कि नई गवर्नमेंट आएगी तो ये एग्जाम्स दोबारा कंडक्ट होंगे, पर ये दोबारा भी एग्जाम्स क्लियर नहीं कर पाई। अब ये बहुत डिसहार्टन हो गई थी। इन्हें जॉब चाहिए थी और अब जॉब मिलने की कोई उम्मीद नहीं थी। तब इनकी जिंदगी में एक आशा की किरण बनकर आई एनजीओ आत्मा दीपम, जिन्होंने एक नया प्रोजेक्ट चलाया था अगरबत्ती बनाने का। सोनाली, जिन्होंने अगरबत्ती बनाने की मशीन पहले कभी नहीं देखी थी, तो इन्हें विश्वास नहीं था कि ये अगरबत्ती बना पाएंगी, पर 1 महीने की ट्रेनिंग के बाद आज ये 9 से 5 की जॉब कर रही हैं, जिसमें रोज 7 to 8 kgs अगरबत्ती ये बना लेती हैं। ये खुश है कि जहाँ पहले इनके पेरेंट्स इनकी केयर करते थे, अब ये पैसे कमा रही हैं और ये अपने पेरेंट्स की केयर भी कर पाएंगी। ये अब अपने आप को किसी से भी कम नहीं समझती। जहाँ ऐसी खबरें आती हैं जो हमें मोटिवेट करती हैं, इनकरेज करती हैं, जिन्हें सुनकर हमें खुशी मिलती है, वहीं कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो कि अपनी हैवानियत के कारण पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटी का यूज करते हैं, उन्हें एक्सप्लॉइट करते हैं, उन्हें टॉर्चर करते हैं। जी हाँ, ऐसी ही एक घटना हुई दिल्ली के एक स्पीच थेरेपी सेंटर में। नई दिल्ली में एक 5 साल की छोटी सी बच्ची जो बोल नहीं पाती थी, जिसके पेरेंट्स उसे रोहिणी के एक प्राइवेट स्पीच थेरेपी सेंटर में ले गए इलाज के लिए। ये बच्ची वहाँ पर जाती थी और स्पीच थेरेपी कराती थी। एक दिन अचानक इस बच्ची ने अपने पेरेंट्स को समझाने की कोशिश की कि उसके प्राइवेट पार्ट्स में पेन हो रहा है। वो बच्ची जैसे दर्द से करा रही थी। उसकी मदर को समझ नहीं आया कि ये आखिर कहना क्या चाहती है, तो वो उस लड़की को उसी स्पीच थेरेपी सेंटर में ले गए। वहाँ पर एक लेडी स्पीच थेरेपिस्ट को इस लड़की ने अपनी बात समझाई, जिससे पता चला कि इस लड़की के साथ रेप हुआ है। जी हाँ, उसी स्पीच थेरेपी सेंटर में एक मेल थेरेपिस्ट ने इस 5 साल की नन्ही सी मासूम का रेप किया। वो जो इस बच्ची को स्पीच थेरेपी के लिए अंदर कमरे में ले गया और बाहर इसकी माँ ये सोचकर बैठी थी कि अंदर उसकी बच्ची का इलाज हो रहा है, वहीं अंदर वो बच्ची दर्द से तड़प रही थी, करहा रही थी, क्योंकि 30 साल का ये आदमी अपनी हैवानियत का शिकार बना रहा था इस बच्ची को। वो बच्ची जो इतनी मासूम थी, वो बच्ची जो बोल नहीं सकती थी, बता नहीं सकती थी कि उसके साथ क्या हुआ है। इस आदमी ने उस बच्ची को डराया, धमकाया और इसे कहा कि अगर उसने बाहर जाकर किसी को बताया तो वो इसे छोड़ेगा नहीं। ये बच्ची डर गई, पर घर आकर इसने अपनी माँ को समझाने की कोशिश की कि उसे तकलीफ हो रही है, क्योंकि ये छोटी सी नन्ही सी जान दर्द में थी। जब इसकी मदर इसे वापस उसी स्पीच थेरेपी सेंटर में ले गई, तो इस बच्ची ने वहाँ पर लेडी स्पीच थेरेपिस्ट को अपनी प्रॉब्लम समझाई, जिसके बाद इस बच्ची का मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन हुआ, जिसमें कंफर्म हुआ कि इसके साथ सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट हुआ है। इसके बाद इसके पेरेंट्स ने पुलिस में कंप्लेंट लिखवाई। रोहिणी पुलिस स्टेशन के डीसीपी मिस्टर ऋषि पाल ने बताया कि ये पिछले 5 साल से इसी थेरेपी सेंटर में काम कर रहा था और बिहार का था। ये इंसान 30 साल का था और इसने उस छोटी सी बच्ची के साथ ये हैवानियत की। इस आदमी के अगेंस्ट केस रजिस्टर किया गया है आईपीसी सेक्शन 376 के तहत, अंडर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस। पुलिस अब बाकी थेरेपिस्ट की मदद से उस सेंटर के बाकी बच्चों से भी बात कर रही है और ये जानने की कोशिश कर रही है कि ऐसा ही इंसिडेंट कहीं किसी और बच्चे के साथ भी तो नहीं हुआ, कहीं कोई और बच्चा भी तो इसकी हैवानियत का शिकार नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि ये बच्चे जो कि बोल नहीं सकते, कई बार अपनी तकलीफ बता नहीं पाते और बहुत डर भी जाते हैं। रेडियो उड़ान इस तरह की हरकतों को हाईली कंडेम करता है और ये अपील करता है कि इस तरह के हैवानों को कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दी जाए। तो चलिए इसी उम्मीद के साथ कि ये सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके बहुत काम आएगी, मैं आरजे निशा आपसे अलविदा लेती हूँ। अगले हफ्ते सेम टाइम सेम चैनल सेम प्रोग्राम में मैं आपके लिए ढेर सारी डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर से जुड़ी खबरें लेकर हाजिर हो जाऊंगी। तब तक मुझे यानी आपकी होस्ट एंड दोस्त आरजे निशा को दीजिए इजाजत और सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान और फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।